crazy year. I mean, obviously with COVID and everything, I was getting ready to fight. The car accident was actually before that, but it just didn't come. It was actually partially because of COVID that the symptoms came back, because the only thing that was kind of holding me together was the fact that I didn't stop training. I kept going. I was staying in the gym every day. The symptoms that I had, like, they were not crazy at the time, so the doctors kind of dismissed them, thinking it was just something in the muscle causing the issues, and it didn't, like, I would train and it would feel better, like, and then I'd take time off and it would kind of bug me a bit, and I'd go back to training and feel good. Then COVID hit and we all got sent into lockdown. I wasn't training, and after 2 months, over a course of about 5 days, it went from 10% to like 10,000%. Just the worst pain I've ever been in my life. I started trying to rehab it, and I started getting weakness, atrophy. Pain was big. I didn't sleep for weeks. Opiates did nothing. No, like it was horrible. And then came time for surgery. We got the surgery done. Surgery was a whole another crazy story, but ended up going well, obviously. And it's only been just over 6 months, and I'm feeling great, getting ready to get back in there. As a fighter, to be successful, you've kind of got to be ready for these kind of things. And I've had an extremely lucky career in the sense that I've never really had any bad injuries. I joke, kind of saying, hey, it took a car accident to fucking slow me down. Just, obviously it sucked. I had to deal with it, but there was never really any doubt. I remember once I got the MRI back, and the MRI back came back just showing my neck was a hamburger, essentially. I had to call my manager, and I text him like, yo, I got something I got to talk to you about. And he says, okay, what, calls me right away. First thing I said to him was like, first of all, I want you to know retirement is not even not even thinking about it. But it's going to be a bit, I got to do that. But this is the point where we're going to try and rehab again. And we put about 3 months of work into that. It became clear that wasn't going to work. Like, initially I talked to American and Canadian surgeons, and they all recommended either I retire, I get spinal fusions, which I didn't want. And then I talked to my surgeon Dr. Sun out of Victoria, Synergy in Victoria, and he's like, hey, look, let's try it. Let's try and get this rehab going. Let's see what we can do. And if not, we're going to do an artificial disc. And this was only one seems to be giving you symptoms. So he's so one American doctor wanted to do a 3-level fusion, and I was like, oh my god. And the UFC doctor's like, if you have a 3-level fusion, you're done. Like, no athletic commission is going to clear you to fight. And this surgeon was like, no, we're just going to do a 1-level disc replacement, which should help really protect the other discs that do have damage but aren't giving me symptoms, and make it less likely that I need repeat surgeries. The big thing with fusions is they lock one joint in place, so that the adjacent vertebrae have to make up that motion, and they end up going. And then when they're already damaged, and then they have to do more work, especially with what I'm doing, that's just going to make me get more surgeries. Like the number of people that get spinal fusions that need follow-up surgeries later in their life is like insanely high. And with the artificial discs, that number drops off dramatically. So super excited to have this in my neck. And I ended up getting the same disc, the Prestige LP, which is the same one Chris Weidman has. And for a few reasons, it seemed now that I've done research, it's really the best option for someone in my field. There's a few different options out there, some that maybe look fancier, but the Prestige LP is simple. There's nothing it's just 2 pieces of solid titanium, a ball and a trough. The one fits in the top. They're not attached, just held in place by the pressure of your spine. There's nothing to break. It's just 2 pieces of solid titanium, and they slide around in each other. Really, it's the strongest thing in my neck. If that thing were to break, then everything else in my neck would be destroyed too. Gone through everything to get here. This is, it's really tested everything about how much, I want to be in the sport, how much I want to fight, and nothing's changed. It's just solidified what I already know, that this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. And you can expect me, I'm not a guy that's I'll always say, oh, I'm going to beat everyone. I'm the best in the world. Everything. It's well, I'm too cerebral for that. I know that no one can be the best in the world every day, all the time. But what you can't expect is me to fight as hard as I can every second of the fight, never quit, never give up. And hey, if the guy's just better than me every second of that fight, okay, fine. But he's going to work for it. And I am going to make him earn every second. And I'm going to put it on him as best I can. And we'll see whose hands raised at the end of the night.
You always came out to the Boondock Saints theme song, walkout song. You doing the same one again?
I walked out that bridge pretty much every fight except for ones where they screwed up and played the wrong song. For me, when I hear it, it now brings me to the moment of walking out and into the fight, and it brings me into the moment. Helps me focus, helps dial me in. So, I'm gonna keep it going for as long as I can.